second day in my new GT500, or I should say actually my third day, but actually my second day of driving. And today I'm getting a little bit more indoor, nothing radical, but this is just a whole new ride today because I'm riding around in sport right now and giving it a little fun. And I tell you what, this car is now coming to life, which yesterday I rode around, really didn't get into it, but I can honestly say today that this is really a different animal than I realized. This is a neck snapper for sure. And I kind of questioned, you know, what this thing would be like compared to my Hellcat Redeye and my Hellcat Charger. I have 19 models of those, both cars, and I can honestly say, with me not even getting into this car by 100%, I would say maybe I've gotten into it 50%. This is a really fun car, and up until just here in the last 5 minutes, I was questioning that. But once you kind of get into this car, I mean, oh my gosh, she really does come to life. So I'll share some of those little bit of moments here as I kind of get around the road. Don't want to get myself in trouble. This is a pretty dominant area where the police hang out in these country roads and these big long stretches. But I'll take some back roads and share a little bit of drive in here. And the exhaust sounds really good. It's interesting. Yesterday kind of felt like I heard a little bit more of the engine, or I should say the rear end whine, and today I don't really hear as much. I think it kind of comes down to the surface you're on the road to a degree. And in hindsight, I kind of think about my Hellcats. They kind of have that little bit of that noise back there too. So I don't think it's really anything for anybody to be concerned about. It's weighing their options to buy this car, and that's the thing that is so unfortunate when you go out to buy these so-called rare, you know, new specialty, high-performance vehicles that the manufacturers bring to market. You don't get an opportunity to drive these cars before you buy them, and you're really just kind of relying off of the car journalist and the, you know, the personalities of individuals that have, like this, a YouTube channel. And you know, you sometimes just wonder what's the real story, because there's a lot of hype behind a lot of these cars through the car journalists, because that's how they make a living, is promoting manufacturers' cars. And I feel like sometimes you don't really get the real story because the journalists are concerned they're going to get, you know, the tongue lashing from the company that, you know, they're representing to go out and present their product or whatever. So for me, I think it's unfortunate that we all have to buy these cars, and after the fact you bought it, you then kind of figure out, is this really what fits the seat of your pants? And for me, I've owned a lot of cars, and sometimes I feel like, wow, you know, this isn't what I thought it really is. And for me, I'm so new to this car, it's something it takes some behind the wheel time to really come to closure that, hey, this really is everything you think it's going to be. And yesterday I had reservations, and is this really that much for me, my driving style, and for what I do, better than my Hellcat Redeye or my Hellcat Charger? When I say the Redeye, that's the Challenger product at this time. So, and even to this morning, I'm thinking to myself, hey, is this Mustang GT500 really what I'm really going to be excited about? And just from my driving this morning, I have actually gotten that fun factor out of this car, actually getting more of the sport mode in and getting the power somewhat out of her. So that really does start to play out a lot more versus if you're just driving down the road like I am. If I was my GT500 2019 Mustang that I have, would I be able to say, wow, this thing is like totally killer over that car? I would not. I would say my GT is every bit of this car at this point, as far as just a nice car. So So as I continue to drive and get different road conditions, I'll weigh my opinion in here as we go. Okay, second gear. Wow, she's not shifting either. There you go. Sure hard to kind of feel it in the video. And for those kind of just catching parts of this video, the manual does say after 100 miles you can get into this car, but don't do it at any great lengths of time. So you can very easily, as far as being out on the roads, getting crazy. I guess they're kind of saying you could redline her. I'm not going to try to do that, but just don't do it for extended periods. And they really recommend about 1,000 miles if you really start running this car hard. But I tell you, I've seen a lot of guys out there that seem to me they just kind of get their new car out of the box and they're already doing some pretty radical stuff. But you know, to each his own. These things aren't that easy to break. Coming into the slow area. There's something that I'm curious about this car. If you're on a real steep incline, stop to have to take off, I think you're gonna have to hold the brake like you do when you clutch your car. I mean, not that you don't hold your brake in automatic transmission, but I think that, you know, this car can like rolls back a little bit when you're on an incline to take off for a stop. And I really haven't had that dramatic of an incline yet to kind of really see how dramatic that is, but I think that once again it's an automatic manual clutch here, I guess. Now I've seen the measurements on this front clip, and I'm hearing 3.5 inches if I'm correct, which is yikes. Like right now I need to make a left-hand turn up here to go up a hill to kind of keep on going where I'm going. That turn there, not bad. I would definitely question some turns. You can hear that transmission. It's incredible how much that transmission talks to you. Here we go. So here will be the stop. I'm going to let off the brake. Let's see what she does. She does roll back. Come to complete stop here. No, she's holding. So that's a good thing. But I guess when you're on a little flatter surface, it's more apparent. Maybe the car knows and it holds the brake or something with all the technology in these cars. And like every car, you get the good old bumps from the bridge imperfections. Normal mode. Sport mode definitely gives you that harder rod. Got a little bit of a burp. She goes in and out of gears. Got her in sport mode. Gas and breaker, she downshifts. There you go. the guys who want these manual transmissions, you're not gonna get that direct feel. It doesn't like kick down like you do in your own manual setup. And sure, I can definitely go to my paddle shifters here to get a little bit more excitement, but I definitely can relate with the guys all wanting the manual transmission. Which there's no doubt this car definitely would have even that much more of a fun factor. But I'll go to the manual pads right now. Right now, my Honda Civic Type R 2019, and I'm going to tell you, this car here, of a fun factor car, the money, bang for the buck, this is the car. I know a lot of guys here listen to this and hear me talk about my Mustang and other cars, Challenger, Redeye, I get the Toyota Supra, and I'm telling you, this Honda Type R, for the fun factor, is the car to get. This is such a fun car. Downside is their car style seats. Alright, I'm back. It's a manual. Not as easy to kind of do this when you're the rookie YouTuber, if you want to call me that, and that's fine. I've had many opportunities over the years to do YouTube videos, and my friends even tell me from the different cars and all the vehicles I've owned and had. Motorcycles, I should have been doing this a long time ago, and but anyways, so just went from putting I don't know, maybe 70 miles on the Mustang, and now I'm in my Honda Civic, and of course this thing isn't that incredible torque, snap your neck, but just as far as a really nice car, really good package, a lot of fun. If I was a young guy and didn't want to go break the bank to buy the GT500, which that's what you're going to do, and your insurance will probably be through the roof. Not that the Honda Type R wouldn't kind of probably set you back in insurance, but for the fun factor, I'd be buying this Honda all day long. 30 miles a gallon. What's the Mustang getting? I mean, you don't buy that car for the miles per gallon, but this is just a great fun car. So I'll continue to do my update on my driving my GT500 to kind of give a final closure to how I really feel about that car, and I just did take it down some back roads, and that car did come to life. So that car, as far as a back road car, and you're all out, that car, the car to drive, no doubt.